Hello and welcome to Hatha Yoga with Catherine for beginners. And as usual, we are going to lie down and start with our relaxation and our warm-up. As you can see today, I've got a deck of cards in front of me. That's not because I can't remember the yoga poses. It's just to give me a little bit more of a flow, just a different sequence with the yoga poses, and it just changes things up for me as well. Right, so before we get started there, we are going to lie down on our backs for our relaxation. So for those of you that are comfortable on your back, put your heels together, relax the feet out to the sides. For those that find it a little uncomfortable, just bring those feet, soles of the feet to the edge of the mat, relax those knees together, and we're going to turn the palms out to face up to the ceiling. We're going to take a nice deep breath in through the nose, out through the nose, just on your own time. And if you feel like having a yawn, have that yawn. If you need a sneeze, a yawn, just have it, let it out. So our ears are relaxed down away from, not our ears, our shoulders are relaxed down and away from our ears. So as I said before, this is recorded live. I don't have a cameraman to stop and start every time I make a mistake. As we're relaxing the mind and the body, we're going to concentrate a little bit on our breathing. So when we're breathing in through the nose, we're going to feel the tummy pushing out as we fill the lungs right to the bottom with air. And then just feel it drop away again as we gently exhale again through the nose. So just on your own time, some breathing in and out. Feel the tummy pushing out. This is the time that we give back to ourselves. It's an hour or half an hour, 3/4 an hour that we take from our day to help us to work on building body strength and balance and flexibility, but also to work on the mind, which is so really very important, to help to relax the mind, to let go, to de-stress. As I like to say in my face-to-face classes, the day is outside the door's closed, and this is the time that we give back to ourselves. As we go through our poses, I'd like you to be mindful or in the moment. So with other words, keeping the mind in the room, just concentrating on the breathing and our yoga poses until the end of our session. So I'm just going to be quiet for a moment. So let go the mind, relax it, let go of all the thoughts. Just concentrate on the breathing. We're going to take a nice deep breath again. And as we breathe in, we're going to bring those legs up to the chest. And exhale, just breathe nicely, gently. We're going to give those knees a hug. If that's uncomfortable, just clasp the hands behind the knees and just gently roll from side to side. Please remember, keep the mind in the room. We're going to unclasp the hands, just place them palms down on the mat, push those legs up to the ceiling. We're going to start with our warm-up. So we're going to point the toes, we're going to flex them, in other words, point them down at the face. So the legs as straight as possible. If that's really uncomfortable, if it's pulling, just a gentle little bend in the knees, but keeping a right angle with the body, 90-degree angle. So point those toes, flex them. So just on your own time, there's no rush. Remember, we're warming up. So we need to do feet, the core, the arms, the hands. Always just breathing gently through the nose. Okay, we're going to keep those feet still. We're going to make circles with the feet, so we keep the legs still, and then just gently, just little circles with those feet. Doesn't matter which way you go first. Then we're going to go the other way. Okay, we're going to keep those feet still. Now we're going to lower the legs down to the mat. So it's a nice fluid movement. Just keep breathing all the way through. Please don't hold the breath. That's really dangerous. So when you're ready, keep breathing. We're going to lower those feet to 5 past, 10 past, quarter past, 20 past, 25 past, and heels very gently on the mat for half past. Don't bash those heels because you're going to hurt yourself. Let's take a nice deep breath. Remember, shoulders away from the ears. I'll start doing yoga and I'll start yawning. So when you're ready, we're going to lift those legs back up to the ceiling. If it's really uncomfortable to lift them straight up, you're welcome to just bend those knees and straighten the legs again. For those of us that can, have got the strength in the core muscles, we're going to take a nice deep breath. And then as we exhale, lift those legs back up. So we're going to repeat that exercise. When you're ready, keep breathing. We'll allow those feet to 5 past, 10 past, quarter past. Keep breathing, 20 past, 25 past, and heels very gently on the mat for half past. Relax the feet out to the sides. Let's take a nice deep breath. When you're ready, we're going to repeat that one more time. Let's take a nice deep breath. And as we exhale, lift those legs up. Remember, keep breathing. So when you're ready, we're going to allow those feet to 5 past, 10 past, quarter past, Keep breathing, 20 past, 25 past, and heels gently on the mat for half past. And relax. Take a nice deep breath. We don't bend those knees, bring them back to the chest. So give them a hug, nice and gentle. If you feel you'd like to rock from side to side, just ease the back out. Welcome if you've got the hands behind the knees. You can do that too. Give yourselves a nice big smile. Remember, by smiling, we release good endorphins, and those endorphins are in turn good for the immune system. So, a nice big smile, because you've taken the time out to do your yoga. We're going to unclasp the hands. We're going to roll over onto the right side, so knees are still bent. Roll over onto the right side. Put the left hand down, right hand up, and push up into a sitting position. So for those of us that it's comfortable to cross those ankles, we're going to do that. For those that find it really difficult, just straighten those legs a little bit, just a gentle bend in the knees. Pull the flesh out from underneath the sitting bones, just helps us sit a little more straight. Remember, relax those shoulders away from the ears. We don't want to pull the shoulders back, just relax them down. Back nice and straight as possible. Draw the tummy in, pull those muscles in. So we're going to start. I don't have my glasses on, so I will be looking down. Excuse me. I do beg your pardon. Just to see where I am. Okay, so things are going to be a little bit different to what you're accustomed to with the warming up. We're going to put our hands onto our shoulders and we are going to do a shoulder warm up. So just breathing gently. We're going to bring those shoulders forward, have the elbows touch and bring them down, bring them up, bring them together in front. So it's nice and slowly, bring them together. So this is really helping to warm up, just loosen up the back, the shoulders, the shoulder blades, part of the neck. Just breathing gently. Then we're going to go the other way. So bring them up, out and around. So remember, there's no rush. If the shoulders, the elbows don't come together, but they're there, that's also fine. It's just the candle crackling here. Okay, so when we're finished, we're going to bring those hands back to our knees. So from here, we're going to do a seated side stretch. So we're going to put a left hand out to the side, so we're not bending over. It's more stretching the spine. I had to think for a moment then. So we're going to place the right hand by the side. So it's always opposite to me. Okay, so if I'm putting my right hand out and you're facing me, right hand out. So we're just bringing that arm up as we breathe in and then breathe out. So keeping the arm as straight as possible, look up. So we're trying to elongate the spine, not bend over. So breathe in, gently lower the right arm. Right arm down. And breathe in and out with the left arm, looking up at that hand. Breathing in, drop it down. Breathe in and out. And in and out. Last time with left hand. Breathing in and out. And in. And lower the arm down. We're going to place the right hand behind us again. And we're going to take the left hand, take hold of the right knee, and we're just doing a gentle seated twist. So very gently, you don't want to pull any muscles. And just breathing gently, swap those arms around so the left hand's just supporting us at the back. And we're just gently pulling ourselves around. So just keep breathing, there's no in and out, just keep breathing. And to the right, and last time, to the left, and just come around to the front. And this is a nice little wrist warming up. So it doesn't matter which way you go first with your wrists. So because we're stretching, we're going to gently breathe in and just turn those wrists till we get to the top, and then just turn them the other way as we exhale and lower our arms down, touch the floor. Gently breathe in and breathe out as we lower our arms. And breathe in, so nice circles with those wrists. And breathe out again. So we're going to bring the heels together for butterfly. So the soles of the feet are together, the toes are together. Just take hold of the feet, even if it's just on the ankles. But keep the soles of the feet and the toes together, and keep the back as straight as possible. Chin nice and straight. Even if your knees are up here, that's fine. As we progress and we carry on practicing, we'll find those knees are going to drop down. So remember, it's a beginner's class. It's not advanced, it's not intermediate. So it's just wherever you are at this point in time. Give yourselves a nice big smile. Close our eyes a moment. Take a nice deep breath. Okay, unclasp those hands. We're just going to cross those knees again. And remember, if it's uncomfortable with those knees crossed, just stretch those legs out a little bit. And we are going to do open chest stretch. So if you've got your knees there, we're just going to place the hands behind us. Breathe in and pull the chin back. And exhale, come forward. So I'm just going to cross my knees for those that can cross their knees. So the hands are still behind us. So we're going to breathe in. And out, coming forward. And one more time, breathe in. And out. Come back. Just rest the hands gently on the knees. And we're going to warm up the neck. So it's also again slightly different to what I've done it before. So we're going to breathe in and just pull the head back. Breathe out. Bring the chin back to the chest. Breathe in. Pull the head back. Breathe out, chin on the chest. One more time, breathe in, pull the chin up. And breathe out. Bring the chin back to the chest. Then just lift the chin up. So here we're just going to breathe normally. So we're just going to turn the head to the left shoulder and gently turn it to the right shoulder. Turn back to the left shoulder. Turn back to the right shoulder. Turn back to the left shoulder. Now we just come back to the front. And lastly, we're going to drop the chin onto the chest and we do a neck roll. So we breathe in, bring the chin over the left shoulder. Breathe out, chin on the chest. Breathe in, so right ear over the right shoulder. Breathe out. Breathe in, left ear, left shoulder. Breathe out, chin on the chest. Breathe in, right ear, right shoulder. And breathe out, bring the chin back to the chest. And look up. Hamnichinos. We're going to come up into tabletop. So we're going to come onto our hands and knees. For those that have problems with their knees, I would suggest that you just remain in a seated position. So the knees are hip width apart. They're under the hips. And we're looking to create a tabletop. So hopefully I have my knees under my hips and my hands. So we don't want to be outstretched and we don't want to be too close. Hands are, the fingers are spread open. The middle finger is facing the front. And the hands are also shoulder width apart. So from here we're going to do cat and cow. So we're going to take a nice deep breath. And then as we exhale, hunch that back, push all the air out the lungs, and then gently breathe in, drop the tummy, bring up the head and the tailbone. Then exhale for cat. And inhale for cow. And exhale for cat. And inhale for cow, and then we just come back to tabletop. And here's a nice new different little warm-up that's called thread the needle. So I'm going to start lifting up the right hand. So we're going to breathe in, bring that arm up as far as you can, exhale, lower it down, find your tabletop, breathe in, bring the left hand up and drop it down, find your tabletop, lift up the right arm and breathe out, drop it down and breathe in and bring up the left arm and drop it down and just come back to tabletop. From here we're going to come up into a standing position. So how shall we do that? We're going to curl the toes under, we're going to push the tailbone into the air, and then we're just going to walk those hands back to our feet and then just gently come up into a standing position. So it's just something different. Okay, so I'm going to stand with my heels on the back of the mat, so I know they're nice and even and I haven't got one foot excuse me, in front of the other one. So the feet are hip width apart, nice and straight facing the front. And we're going to do mountain pose. So we're drawing in the tailbone, draw in the tummy, and then just roll those shoulders away from the ears. Just relax them down, so we're not pulling them back. Just relax them down, pull everything nice and tight. Just gently draw the knees up, don't pull them tight. Place the hands by the sides and just breathing gently. If you have the balance, you may close your eyes at this point. If not, just keep them open because you don't want to topple over. So it's breathing nice and gently. From here, we're going to go into extended mountain pose. So as we lift those arms up, we're breathing in, and then just keep breathing. You can look up at the ceiling if you wish, your hands. So again, still drawing up the knees for the ladies. Pull in those pelvic floor muscles, pull them tight. Just breathing gently. Again, if you have your balance, you might close your eyes. Take a nice deep breath. And then as we exhale, just lower those arms back down to the sides. And then just breathing gently. Let's relax those shoulders a moment. And from here, we're going to do a standing forward bend. So breathe in, bring those arms up to the ceiling. And then as we exhale, bend from those hips. Remember, bending from the hips, keep the spine neutral. Come down, 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 down. And then just take hold of where you are. So if your bend is just there, that's fine. And if you can get a little bit further down, if it really pulls really badly on the back of the legs, then just bend the knees ever so gently. Otherwise, try and keep the legs straight. Tuck the head in, tuck that chin in. Just breathing gently. Just feel a gentle stretch on the back of the legs. Release your grip. Breathe in, bring those arms back up again to the ceiling. And exhale gently. And down. Because we don't have a left and right, we're going to do that again. Breathe in, bring those arms up, and then as we exhale, bring them back down. Take hold again of where you get to. Just relax that head down, tuck the chin in. And if you lose your balance, just come back to it. That's never happened to me before. I better keep my eyes open. Take a nice deep breath, bring those arms back up to the ceiling and exhale gently as we lower them down. Remember, Hatha Yoga is nice and slow. There's no rush whatsoever. From here, we are going to do a balance exercise, so it's tree. So we stand on the left foot, again nice and straight in front of us. We are going to bring the hands together in front of us, and we're just going to lift that foot up onto the calf. If your balance is just there, then that's where you are. Just hold it there. For those that can get the foot off the mat, just look nice and straight in front of you and just breathing gently. Just gently pushing that knee out to the side if you can. Just keeping the hips to the front. Lower the right foot to the ground. Just keep the hands where they are. So that right foot needs to be nice and straight in front of us. We're bringing the left foot either to the ankle, or if we can get it up to the calf muscle, that's good. Just breathing gently. And lower the foot down and relax the hands down to the sides. We're now going to come down into a lying down position. So we come down onto the mat. Just make sure your heels are towards the edge of the mat there, so when you lie down, your head's on the mat. We're going to do fish pose and then a bridge. So lying down, take a nice deep breath in through the nose, out through the nose. Breathe in, bring those arms back up to the ceiling. And exhale gently. Just breathing gently. And lower the foot down and relax the hands down to the sides. We're now going to come down into a lying down position. So we come down onto the mat. And for a moment, we're just going to draw those knees up to the chest. Just ease that back out a little bit on the mat. For some reason today, my back isn't working the way it should. So this really helps me just to relax the muscles, relax the back. Posture-wise, I've got quite a hollow back, so this really helps me just to ease my back out before starting any other poses. We're going to unclasp the hands. We're going to straighten those legs back down again to the mat. We're going to do fish pose. It's a pose that I haven't done with you before. It's fairly simple. If you don't want to try it, then I totally understand. But it is a beginner's pose. So we're going to take our hands, they're still palms down. We're just going to place them under, right under the tailbone, under the fleshy part. We're going to straighten those legs again, put the heels together. We're going to bring those elbows as close as possible, so you will be moving your shoulders as close to the body as possible. I'll just demonstrate first before you follow me. So what we're going to do, just breathing gently, we're going to raise the torso up onto the elbows, and we're just gently going to place the crown of the head on the mat, and then just lower back down onto the mat and just relax. So it's using the strength in the arms, and so they mustn't be out to the sides. They need to be really tucked in nice and tight against the body. So when you're ready, just breathing gently, raise up onto those elbows. Just feel the crown of the head touching the floor. Just keep breathing, and then just gently relax back onto the mat. Take a nice deep breath. And we're going to do that again. So when you're ready, just breathing gently, use those arms, push the chest off the mat. Feel the crown of the head on the mat, and then gently lower back down onto the mat. Let's remove those hands from underneath the sitting bone. Just bring them to the sides of the body, palms facing up. Just relax a moment. We're going to bend those knees. We're going to just use the hands, if possible. Just bring those ankles a little closer to the tailbone. So the ankles really need to be under the knees. We're going to do bridge, so our hands are just palms down on the mat, just there for support. We're going to keep breathing all the way through. What we're going to do is raise the hips off the mat. So we have done bridge before. So when you're ready, just keep breathing. We're slowly going to lift those hips up into the air. So we're pushing up, up, up. Just feel each vertebra coming off the mat. So my hair's got stuck under my shoulders. So just lifting those hips up as far as you can go. So resting on the shoulders, not the neck. Feel yourself resting on the shoulders. Just keep breathing. We're going to lower back down onto the mat gently. So from the shoulders down, just feel each vertebra touching the mat as we come down. So it's really slowly. There's no rush whatsoever. Just feel each vertebra touching down until the tailbone reaches the mat. Just keep the feet and the arms where they are. Just relax the back. Take a nice deep breath. And again, when we're doing this pose, don't hold the breath. Just keep breathing. Because the more we breathe, the more oxygen we bring to the blood. And the blood carries the oxygen to the muscles. And the easier the pose. And give yourselves a nice big smile. So when you're ready, just breathing gently, we're going to start to lift those hips back off the mat. Then come up slowly, slowly, slowly. Just feel each vertebra lifting off the mat again until we're resting on the shoulders, not on the neck, not on the head, on those shoulders. Just push those hips up to the ceiling. When you're ready, we're going to relax back onto the mat. So from the shoulders coming down, vertebra at a time, nice and gently, slowly, just feel each vertebra touching the mat. It's a really nice feeling. It's nice and slowly relaxing down until the tailbone has reached the mat. I'm just going to draw those knees back up again, or if you're clasping your hands behind the knees, that's your choice. Just ease back out again. I'm going to unclasp those hands, stretch those legs out. We're going to come up or roll over if you want onto the tummy. So I'm just going to roll over onto my right side, just come up. Just want to see where I am with my deck of cards. So from here we're going to come onto the tummy and we're going to do cobra and the lotus pose. So I'm just going to turn this way around. So, and come down onto the tummy. Just make sure that you're on your mat. So the feet are hip width apart. The elbows are nowhere. I'm just going to lie down slightly on the tummy. We're going to put the hands under the shoulders. So when we're pushing up, we aren't straightening the arms because that will be upward facing dog. We're just going to push up, so just breathing gently, just push up. So this is cobra, drop the shoulders away from the ears, just keep breathing. And then just gently drop back down. If you wish, just place the forehead on the mat a moment, just relax. Just keep those hands where they are, the legs are relaxed. And when you're ready, just breathing gently, we're just going to push up again into cobra. Just remember the shoulders away from the ears. And then gently rest back onto the mat. Place the forehead on the mat. And then we're just going to stretch the arms out to the sides. And we're going to get ready for lotus. So lotus is when we're lifting the head, the feet, or the legs. Lifting really the whole body, including the arms off the mat. So when you're ready, we're going to breathe in. Up we come, keep breathing. Just hold it there. And relax back onto the mat. Breathing gently, we're going to repeat that again. So when you're ready, breathing, up we come. Just keep breathing. Relax back onto the mat. Place the forehead on the mat. Bring those hands back. Place them under the shoulders. Curl those toes under. Just remember the feet are hip width apart. We're going to get ready for downward facing dog. So when you're ready, take a nice deep breath. And then as we exhale, push up, push the tailbone into the air. Remember, bending from the hips. So we're just going to work those feet forward a bit in. Now we're into a natural downward facing dog. So using those arms nice and straight, just gently pushing those heels towards the mat. Because we're beginners, the tendons and the muscles in the back of the legs, the hamstrings are really tight. So you may even be up there through the tightness. But with practice, maybe just rocking ever so gently, just gently, will help to stretch the hamstrings. From here, we are going to do dolphin. So it's also something new. If you're battling with this, then just come out of downward facing dog and just go into child's pose. Otherwise, we're going to place the forearms on the mat and just place the head down between the hands. Just keep breathing. Gently lower the knees down to the mat, extend the toes. I'm going to go into child's pose again, so place the feet, knees at the edge of the mat, bring those toes together and then just gently using the arms, pushing the tailbone back towards the heels. Gently place the forehead on the mat. Breathing gently. Just going to come up back into a sitting position. So I'll just keep facing the camera. Side on. So I'm not facing the camera, I'm sitting side on so that you can see me. We're going to do a seated forward bend. So I do ask my yogis to keep the legs straight here because then it encourages the stretch in the back of the legs. It's too easy to do that. And I have seen over the years with my yogis in the face-to-face classes, pardon me, where they have been really stiff in the back of the legs. And as they've practiced, they're actually getting down towards the ankles and towards the toes. So we're pulling the flesh out from underneath the sitting bones, back is nice and straight, hands by the sides. Breathe in, bring those arms up, and then as we exhale, we're bending forward and we're taking hold of where we get to. So we're keeping the head up, we're keeping the shoulders away from the ears, pulling the tummy in, and we're keeping the back as straight as possible. So just looking ahead of you, just take hold of where you get to. Keep breathing. So if your bend is there or it's there, breathe in, bring those arms up to the ceiling and then gentle exhale as we lower down. From here, I'll turn and face the camera. Okay, we're going to do a seated, I'm going to come forward a little bit, a seated wide leg bend. So we're going to open those legs up a little bit and we're going to do a forward bend. Now, I'm fairly stiff in certain things, so I don't expect you to have your legs out there unless you're particularly supple in that respect. Even if the legs are just open to that point, that's also fine. So as I said, with practice, I'm just going to move back a bit. Okay, there we go. So we're going to place our hands by our sides. We're going to breathe in, bring them up, and then again, as we exhale, we're bending from those hips. I would just take hold of where you get to. So pulling the tummy in, shoulders away from the ears, and eventually we'll be able to get down to the mat. In the meantime, I would suggest to take hold of those feet, draw those toes up, breathing gently. Close your eyes for a moment. Let go, and then maybe just bend those knees a little bit, just bring them together. Just take hold of the ankles, just relax those feet out so we're not drawing the ankles in. So just sit there a moment. Okay, from here we are coming down into the last bit of our yoga. So we're going to do a lying down spinal twist. We're going to be doing reclining bound angel. We're going to do happy baby. Hug our knees to our chest again. We're going to do feet up the wall. I've been trying to think how I'm going to achieve this because I don't really have a flat wall where I can put my feet up against. I've got things everywhere. But I will explain it to you, and I will attempt to do it. I may even do it against the window here behind me. And then we are going to go into our relax. So if you'd like to lie down, we're going to lie down on our backs. Again, make sure your heels are towards the edge of the mat. So when you're lying down, you have the head on the mat. I just want to see where we're going here again. So, okay, so it's a lying down spinal twist, bound angel, baby. Right, I may need to look again. So, put those heels together. Let's take a nice deep breath. Again, we're going to draw the knees up to the chest. Just the same as before, just hug them, ease that back out. So we're going to do our lying down spinal twist. We're going to unclasp the hands, just place them palms down on the mat. And what this involves is we're going to roll over to the left side with keeping our knees bent, pulled in. And it's a really slow movement. The right hip, right shoulder is going to come off the mat as we're rolling over, and we need to get onto the left side where the legs and the feet and the ankles will touch the floor. So just breathing gently. Remember, it's nice and slow. Your right arm's going to move, your left arm will move. So we're rolling over onto our left side. So find a place with those feet so they don't run away. And then when we found a nice spot where we're totally relaxed with the feet, we're gently going to turn back and look over the right shoulder. Just breathing gently. Just totally relaxed. breathe in, bring the head back, excuse me, to the center. And then as we start to breathe gently through the nose, just lifting those legs up again and just gently coming back to the center where we started off. And then just keep breathing, and we're going to roll over onto the right side. So coming over, 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 right onto the right side. And the knees are down with the feet. Maybe you want to just place your feet on the mat, so that will stop them from running away. We're gently going to turn the head and look back over that left shoulder. Just breathing gently, so we're completely relaxed. So the lying down spinal twist is really good for the lower back and also for sciatica. So breathe in, bring the head back to the center, and then as we exhale and breathe, just bring those bent knees back again, nice and gently, slowly, back to the center where we started off. Let's give those knees another hug. From here, we're just going to unclasp those hands, just open the knees a little bit, take hold of our big toes, and then bring the feet up to face the ceiling, or if you want to take hold of just the toes in general, it may be more comfortable, and hang on to big toe, and then drawing the knees towards the chest. And this is happy baby. So when we watch babies, when they're lying on their backs, they take hold of their feet or their toes, and they just draw the knees in towards the chest. So if you're just up there, or if you can only get hold of your ankles, that's fine. But eventually we're going to get hold of those toes, and then just draw those knees down. So the knees are on either side of the arms. Just breathing gently. Let go of those toes, and then just one more hug to the knees, or the hands behind the knees. Let go, straighten those legs out. And then from here, turn the palms up to the ceiling. Just make sure you're on your mat, nice and central. On your mat, your hands on your mat. Take a nice deep breath. Heels together if you can have your legs straight. Or if it's really uncomfortable in the back, then again, just bring those feet, draw those knees quite close. Feet on the edge of the mat, knees rested together, and just completely relax the body. Relax the mind. Just breathing gently. We're going to get ready for our relax. So it depends where you are in the world, how warm or cold it is. We're into spring here now in the northern hemisphere. It's a bit windy today, and because we're going to do our relax, I feel that I would like to have masra over me, which really makes for a good relax. So I'm just going to bend my knees, come on to my right side, push up, get my throw. And I've just realized that I haven't done legs up the wall. We'll do legs up the wall in our next session. And I will remember that card for legs up the wall. Okay. Cover yourself up. Be nice and warm, even if your legs are, you got your knees bent. Just got my throw. I don't want to cover my mic up, but I'm going to put my arms under the throw a little bit so my hands are palms facing up, nicely out to the sides. I feel it's a nicer relax when you spread the arms out a little bit further from the body. So we're going to just breathe in and out through the nose again. Feel that tummy pushing out as we breathe in. And then drop away again as we exhale. So just a bit of breathing on your own time. While you're breathing, I'm not going to go through my usual relax routine by lifting the legs and the arms off the mat. What I would like you to do today is still have the mind in the room, so be mindful. I would like you to choose something that you're really grateful for today. Maybe that it's spring and everything's turning green and little spring flowers are emerging. Could be that you could hear the birds singing in the trees this morning when you woke up. Maybe someone was really kind and did you a favor. Just one thing that you're really grateful for, and just hold it in your mind as you're breathing gently in and out through your nose. Just concentrate on that. So it's almost a mini meditation. And if you find that the mind is wandering, just bring it back to the thought of what you're grateful for today. If you find your mind is wandering, just bring it back to your thought of what you're grateful for. Just relax the facial muscles by giving yourselves a smile. Relax the bottom jaw away from the top one. And relax the tongue onto the bottom jaw. Just relax the eyes back into their sockets. Still breathing gently, keeping the mind on your grateful thought. Keep your mind on your grateful thought. Just bring your mind back to that. Just keeping your mind on that thought. We're gently going to move those toes, move those fingers. We're going to take a nice deep breath in through the nose, out through the nose. Give yourselves a nice big smile again. We're gently going to draw those knees up to the chest. And we're just going to give them a nice gentle hug. Even if you've got your throw over you, it doesn't matter. To ease the back out on the mat. We're gently going to roll over onto the right side. Place the left hand down. Push up with the right hand. And just come back into a sitting position. You can cross your ankles, or if you like, just place your legs straight out in front of you. Pull the flesh out from under the sitting bones. And I should have mentioned that we're keeping our eyes closed, and I didn't, so if you'd like to close your eyes, please. Take a nice deep breath. You may keep your hands on your knees if you wish, or if you like, just bring those palms together, the fingers, the thumbs together. Just gently press them together. Just touch the thumbs onto the chest bone. Just take a nice deep breath. When you're ready, you may open your eyes on your own time. Namaste. Thank you for doing Hatha Yoga with Catherine for beginners.